Good morning. We are back again for another wonderful workout. Still getting coffee. Yes, I drink coffee. I love coffee. Don't hate me. I'm getting more and more into tea, though. I was reading the benefits more in depth in some studies on green tea, and I'm definitely going to be throwing that one in there. That's a great one. But yeah, small changes, big differences. So my workout yesterday was blocked for some reason on YouTube, so I'm going to figure out why. Hopefully edit out the part of the video that got it blocked. Meaning they're not even showing it on my page. So I have to figure out why. And then edit that part and then repost that video, but that will be coming. And I'm assuming it was my TV because my TV was on when I started the video, and Disney and them are very, very picky about things like that. And I think that's what it was. Because it was the only difference. I'm like, okay, well, normally they would just put a copyright claim on my stuff, and okay, I can't make money, no big deal. It's not my point on making these videos. But never blocked. So I was like, maybe it was the TV. I don't know. If you know, please reach out and let me know. So, today's workout. Another day closer to this another day into this competition. And instead of focusing on the other participants involved, other than their awesome encouragement and their wonderful words of wisdom, I'm trying to just stay focused. Like, Michelle, just do the darn workouts, watch your diet, watch what you're eating. Don't have to obsess about it. Just be very conscientious of everything that you're putting in your body and then all the work that you're doing. So it's always a consciousness of it. You don't just do things mindlessly, because that can lead to injuries and overeating and all that kind of stuff. I only say that because I lived it personally. For many, many, many years. I was overweight for the majority of my life. I started gaining weight about 8 years old once particular trauma hit me, and I just kept gaining from there, and I didn't stop. I had little bouts of success, very, very short-term success, and they were not done in the healthiest of ways. So I don't condone that success. I don't talk about those because they were not done in a healthy way, and I don't recommend them ever to anybody. So this is the healthiest I've been for the longest I've been. And pretty much I'm very excited about the progress that's been being made. So I'm coming online to broadcast my workouts. These are not as much instructional as they are just me broadcasting what I'm working on to hopefully win this $10,000 contest in December. So I have a little bit of time, but not a whole lot, because it takes some time, right? Good morning. I love coffee. Yep. See, another coffee lover. Yes. Okay. So, naughty yes. No, I'm sorry, but I do. And caffeine does have some great things as long as your body is accepting of it, as it does for anything in the diet. As long as your body's accepting and it's helping, not hindering. Good. So, I want to work out. I want to start with my core. And funny enough, one of the hardest things for me of doing my sequencing, good morning, I see you guys popping in, thank you so much. The hardest part of this is, funny enough, sometimes picking the darn song. They're like, oh, that's a good one. Oh, wait, that's a good one too. Oh, well, I haven't done that one in a while. Make a decision. Let's go. So, here we go. Woo. I think it's a good one for core, right? It's got a nice little belly dancing feel to it. Again, upper body, don't move your butt. Little side-to-side action. Just staying on that beat and paying attention to my body, making adjustments accordingly. So I'm increasing the intensity by leaning forward and throwing off my center of balance. And then coming back up. A little easier. Leaning back. Watch your back. The cool thing is we have this 360-degree angle that we can play with. If you incorporate your arms, now I'm working my upper body and my core. So the muscle right here is our most important muscle, which is our diaphragm muscle, which helps us to breathe. That's why I always say the core of Polykinetics is the core of the body. So I'm bringing my applied intensity down, but I'm not stopping my actual momentum or motion. I'm continuing on. Keeps my heart rate right there. Keeps it slightly elevated, right? Woo. Side side. So my elbows are coming to my hips. And if that is uncomfortable, that is quite all right. There are many adaptations. You are not going to be left out. All right. Oh, what a good one. I'm all revved up now. So, continuing on, if you guys are following along, fantastic. Let me know how it's hitting you. Good morning, good morning. And if you're just watching, you're like, what the hell is this lady doing? It's so simple. There's no way she can get results. Feel free to look at my videos. Yes, you absolutely get results. But again, if you don't do this or any other exercise, it's not going to work. This is just the simplest it gets. Most effective, taking kinetic energy, putting it into thermal energy, creating magic. It's like a microwave oven to the body. Tension over time. Whew. So let's see, what are we going to do with this one? Yeah, we can do leg lifts. I would like to get some little kickouts there, which is these. I call these leg outs or kickouts, whatever. And kickbacks. Those are really good for the hips and the butt and the core. But when I first started, I had my belly. These were my best friends. I used that belly as weight resistance. People are like, you don't use weights. I don't need to use weight. I am weight. I'm huge. I'm plenty heavy. Now if you want to bulk up or tone up, you might need a little extra weight resistance. But other than that, your body is weight. We have gravitational force. That is the resistance. Woo. So these are just high marches, leg lifts, knees lifts. I've seen these called many different things. Just stay on beat, whatever you call it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2. I try to keep my focus on one area of my body at a time, but you know, sometimes you just love a song, right? And then I remember, okay, focus on posture, focus on the burning of my legs. So these are more side to side. Woo! Where's the brakes? Here we go. So I'm shifting focus to my core, letting my legs rest. I still feel my heart pounding. It's probably pretty good. Back into the legs. Ooh, I see a song, and I was just talking about doing kickouts and leg outs and all that. Sometimes the universe helps me out. Like, okay, you're talking about it, let's do it. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now, you don't have to bring your leg all the way up there. No, right? I start mine low. On a slower song, that's where low and slow comes from. And then over time, your strength will build up, my stamina builds up, and then bring up my leg higher. They're so simple. You would think it would be so much, like, you could do these all day. My butt's already starting to burn. But it's this leg that hurts, not this one. This is the one that's pissing off this one. 2, 1, 2, 1. And then I will do this to exhaustion. I'm like, okay, see how far I can push this safely. And when it comes time, I switch out my legs. So all I'm doing is the same movement with the opposite leg. And then I might even add some kickbacks to this. Oh, my butt. Is your butt burn? You're doing it with me? Oh, I'm shaking. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. The speed tempo is staying consistent throughout this entire song. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Doing this 10 times is super easy. Doing it for 2 minutes is not. That's the difference between sets and reps and time over tension. I can feel my heart, boom, boom, boom. And this is all I'm doing. These are some piranhas. That's right. Switching out when I need to. Switching them up as much as I need to. No shame in this game. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Hey, you know L.A. up in this. Pasadena, where you at? Yeah, Inglewood always up to no good. Even Hollywood trying to get a piece, baby. First 30 seconds, 35 seconds, always the easiest. Last 30 seconds, very different. That was a request from another person. She's like, I really like this girl. You should check her out. Okay, cool. Send it to me. And it was a cute song. Alrighty, so how do you feel if you're following along? Comment from, let's see, all love that song. I have a meeting and hopefully, yes, this one will definitely be on YouTube later on. Hopefully, my error was leaving the TV on at the beginning of the session and me going just enough anyway. So, yes, this one will definitely be on YouTube. Whew. So, more of the reason why I want to try to keep some flow going so that when you guys are doing them, you'll be able to maintain your heart rate. Okay. So, again, my back has been a constant focus for the last couple of weeks because I really want to tighten it up. So, that's going to be my focus for this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one is challenging even though it's slower than a 2 count because you have to hold it for a moment. Hold, hold, hold. Lower and slower. And then as you build up strength, as I build up my strength, I'll come more up here with the weights. For longer. 3. So as I'm pulling back, I'm kind of squeezing on those back muscles a bit. Just a bit. I'm not pulling on my shoulders. Woo. And then nice and wide. See, that pain will just slide from my back over into my arms, depending on how much is fatigued. It's so weird. I'm going to end up coming up with this. Ooh. Now I start focusing on making sure that my arms are feeling like they're on the same page here. It's only a couple seconds, so there's something, right? Woo. Ooh, good pops. I'm struggling, y'all. I'm struggling bad. You know it's bad when I start bouncing and it looks like I'm dancing. I know I was supposed to do that opposite, but at that speed, we good. All right, back down to core. So I'm just gonna throw in different speed fluctuations. This move all the way through, simple. And again, if this is too much, like this is not comfortable, bring your arms out. Chest is still up and down. So I'm just taking my upper body weight and bouncing it on the top of my ab muscles up here. Woo! Deep breaths in. Anytime your breathing becomes compromised, if you're following along, just bring that speed down. Still going to be challenging, very much so, but it'll be a little bit less cardiorespiratory demanding on you. So even though I'm getting much healthier, I still have to worry about the exertion and strain that I put my body through with any kind of workout. Whether it be this, cycling, swimming, anything. One, two, one, two, one, two. 8 count. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. Again, my goal is the same. Every single sequence, every single song. Get through it. The entire thing. So faster the song, more challenging it's going to be. The longer the song, the more challenging it's going to be. Yes, it looks silly, it feels silly, but it works like crazy. Thank goodness. Oh my gosh.
Drinking is
oh, that is the funnest song in the world to do Swiss ball crunchers to, I swear. There's a video of me demonstrating that at one of the gyms I was working at. Whew. I didn't do it to this song though. I'm going to redo that move to this song because this song is perfect for that exercise. It's so perfect. And it's fun because it feels like you're not working out at all because you're bouncing on the stability ball. But what you don't realize is you're doing 4 micro contractions during the time and you go bounce, 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 bounce. So when you bounce, you're tensing, and when you come up, you release, but then you tense coming down because of gravitational force, and you tense coming back up. So it's nice. You actually do 4 in 1, but it only feels like one single motion. So your brain's like, oh yeah, no biggie, sure. Your core's like, oh, on fire. So pick your pain. Ooh, drinking coffee during workout. Oh, I'm so awful. All right. So, it's kind of a boring workout, boring exercise, but I wanted to do some like bicep curls, but I think I'm going to do a compound, or do you think we should still stay bicep? Maybe bicep, like the hammerhead style. I dig that one. Yeah, like this one. Yeah, I tend to move away from my upper body because I love working my legs, but I don't want to forget about it. Now I just got to find a fun song. If anything, I'll be able to kind of read any comments or whatnot. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2. Now, I'm only using 4-pound weights. The higher the weight, the harder this gets. Pick your pain. Doing it weightless also is challenging if you've never done it before. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Polykinetics is very kinesthetic. It's not what you see, it's what you feel when you do it. Woo! Something wicked different. 1, 2, 3.
Drugs, rock and roll, badass, Vegas hoes, late nights, booty calls, shiny disco balls.
Notice at the faster rate, I'm not making full extensions. You gotta stay on that beat. And I have tried this on big muscle-bound co-workers and friends of mine. They struggle between the 3 and 4 minute mark with about 8-pound weights. I believe I gave them 5-pound weights, between 5 and 8. Ooh, nope, see? Woo! So I'm going to give my arms a second. Okay, we'll try this again. I'm going to bring it down to a 4 count though. 1, 2, 3, 4. So pushing myself through, even though my form isn't perfect, is building up my cardio and muscular endurance. How long I can last. And then I'll come back with the strength in due time.
I'm friends with the monster, the son of my
All right.
bed. Get along with the
Going back down to legs.
voices inside of my head. You're trying to save me, stop holding your breath. And you think I'm crazy, yeah, you think I'm crazy.
I wanted the fame, but not the cover of Newsweek. Oh well, guess beggars can't be choosy.
So my knees pointed slightly outward, hits more of my inner thigh. Knees forward, hits more of my quads and my butt and my hips. We have all of this range of motion to be playing with.
One sheep, two sheep, going cuckoo and kooky is cool key. But I'm actually weirder than you think. Cause I'm
Friends with the monster, the son of my bed. Get along with the voices inside of my head. You're trying to save me, stop holding your breath. And you think I'm crazy, yeah, you think I'm crazy. Well, that's not fair.
of a poet, but I know somebody once told me to seize the moment and don't squander it, cause you never know when it all could be over tomorrow. So
This song kind of hits a soft spot on me. I love this song.
Cause I need an interventionist to intervene between me and this monster and save me from myself and all this conflict. Cause of everything that I love killing me and I can't conquer it. My OCD's talking me in the head, keep knocking. Nobody's home, I'm sleepwalking.
Keeping my back straight, keeping my head up.
The messenger, I'm just friends with
With the monster that's trying to pop it. Get on with the voices inside of my head.
Those memories be creeping in and be like, where the hell did that come from? Just motivates me to work harder.
Call me crazy, but I had
Ooh, look at this. Y'all, I'm on fire, on fire. That's why I keep my hands here like, oh, hold on. Literally holding on to myself. Woo. How we feeling out there? Weightless for me, yeah, weightless just as challenging. Woo. And in some exercises, I actually push weightless, like arm circles. Protect your joint, protect your shoulder, protect your elbow, and your wrist. The best thing about Polykinetics is how incredibly safe it is. As long as you don't overdo it. So, know your boundary, push it just outside that box, and then start playing with that threshold. But know, when you be like, okay, enough for today. Don't be super hard on yourself, right? It's a process. Progress, not perfection. Okay, I'm gonna pull my legs back into Had a burp. And that's it for that one. That one made me sweat. Oh, this was my favorite doo-wop song when I was a little girl. Whew. That is such a fun older song. If you know Run Around Sue, check it out. It's such a good song. Super fun. I learned what swing dancing was to that song. That's why I love it so much. I always wanted to swing dance, but I saw how they twist the girls around. I'm like, oh, I'm way too big. I'll kill somebody. No way. No way. Anybody tries swinging me around, picking me up like that, I'll prick their back. But, you know, it's on my fitness to-do list. It's on my fitness wish list. So my fitness wish list is all the things I've ever wanted to do physically. Have nothing to do with what weight I am. I don't care if I'm 100 pounds or care if I'm 200 pounds. There's a list of physical fitness things that I want my body to be able to do for me. So I customize my workouts to fit that wish list. So, okay. Ooh, comments from Hooked Knots. Dang, first time I've been able to do more than maybe 2 minutes. Yes! You're growing! Woohoo! And that's exactly what happens. You do it more and you'll progress more. And you progress almost every single solitary time. It will only be maybe a few seconds, which may not be noticeable at first, but then those seconds start building up to minutes, and those minutes start building up to hours. And so when I would tell people at my highest point, I was doing this 4 or 5 hours a day, they're like, oh my gosh, not at one time, but broken up over a 24-hour period. But the fact that I could do something that long, of course my body was very sore, but nothing than a typical nice workout. No injuries, which was the goal. Work myself out, but don't break myself. That kind of thing, you know, build it, don't break it. And yeah, so keep track of your times. It's super fun. Or like what we would do is I would keep clicker counters on my fingers because I can't count when I'm doing these. So I would click, click, click. And then you see how many you actually did within 2 to 3 minutes. You're like, oh my God, I did 150 of those. I did 200 of those. You gotta be kidding me, because your brain doesn't register it the same as it does with sets and reps. No counting in Polykinetics. Your brain has a task. It has a goal. You hear the music, so you don't even really have to look at the instructor unless they're changing moves up on you, or changing speed fluctuations. So you can just focus, hyper focus, and your body just responds back to it so good. Oh, it's amazing. Oh, thank you so much. And thank you for joining in and working out with me, keeping me encouraged. Your amazing messages, your love, your support, all of that is literally what helps me face my fear and the fact that I can't stand being on camera. It's nothing new. I've been this way since I was a little girl, and I just didn't. I never did like the camera. I'm getting a little better at it, but still you can see I'm always like agitating my hands and whatnot. So it still brings me some anxiety, but I want to do it because it's important to myself, and I know it's important to people who are following along, that I show up, that we both show up. And showing up is half the damn battle. And I don't care if there's one person on this live, I will do the live. So you guys showing up, getting involved, asking me questions, that is just revving up that fire. And thank you so, so much for it. Okay, so. Oh, squats. 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 Yeah, squats. So I don't slip. 3, 2, 1. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2. Not very deep at all. I'm feeling the engagement in my core, feeling the engagement in my legs. Now we're just going to build that up, like rubbing your hands together. Taking kinetic energy and turning it into thermal. That's why we sweat. So we're going to go down from a 2 count, slightly slower to a 4. Oh, here comes the fun part. Bounce squats. Woo! 2 and 1 and 2. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. And then you take your knees and knock them out. Woo! One, two, 1, 2. Woo! You can feel my heart, feel my legs.
I love you.
Almost there, almost there.
That big rocket launcher.
Woo, okay. Holy crap. Oh my goodness. So yeah, fun fact, real quick. So when you do a squat, I don't know if they teach this anywhere else, but when you come down, if you hit your knees kind of going outward, you're going to get the inside right here, which is going to help build up that inner thigh area that we all love and know. Hate that area. It's a little punk to get to sometimes, but that is one way of getting to it. Whew. Okay, I'm going to take a moment. So I laugh when people are like, it's so simple, it's so simple. Yeah, you can tell you've never tried it. Because, yeah, it's simple, but it sure as hell isn't easy. Whew. I'm going to pick something that, let's see. I don't know. How long is that song? 3:23. That's not bad. That's not bad. Whew. I try to keep my songs anywhere from about 3 minutes to 5. Gives me a huge range of things to do. Of course, the longer the song, the faster the song, the harder it is to do, the more challenging it is. That's why I keep these moves very singular versus all these different move change-ups and big body movements. And you see, look outside. We don't have to bounce around if we don't want to. Absolutely not. This is kinetic energy being converted into thermal, so all you have to do is stay consistent and rhythmic, and you'll burn. So, woohoo! Saving energy as we use it. Calves, on your calves. Nothing like clap raises. Really, nothing like them. This is a 4 count. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I pick my exercises according to my goals and what I'm willing to do. But staying on the beat works with anything. That's what makes it cool. With machines, without machines. All depends on what your goal is. Mine was, I want to do as much as possible with as little as possible. Right? Woo! Staying nice, centralized in my calves, which is great. It's not hitting up here as much. A little bit. Woo! Getting there. Almost. Almost there. Almost there. Done. Oh my gosh. Whew. That was, oh my gosh, those suck to the best degree. Oh my gosh, they get straight to the point. After like 2 or 3, I'm already starting to feel it. So if you're feeling it, let me know how you're doing. Whew. Okay, I think I might do. Okay, Chris says, hey girl, hey, how much weight have you lost? Taken over what time frame? So I got really serious. Like, I dabbled since 2014 with this. I fell into a severe depressive episode around 2017. I was hospitalized. And then it took me a couple of years to come out of that. So 2019, right at the beginning, really, of COVID, was when I saw the information coming in, and I was like, okay, I really want to get 100% dedicated and serious to this. So when I started at that moment, I was probably about 200 pounds, 210, 215. I had always fluctuated between 200 and 220. My top was 237 when I was pregnant. So when I gave birth, I lost about 17 pounds almost instantly, but I got stuck between 220 and 200 and kept fluctuating between those 20 pounds. And then once I started doing these exercises every day for at least 30 minutes, then that weight just started coming off. It took me, for the 100 pounds to do it safely, it took me about a year. Yep. Yeah, I would say it took me about a year. I didn't exercise 4 or 5 hours a day necessarily. Some of my days were heavier than others. Like sometimes I would do 2 or so hours, 3 hours, broken up, of course, over the day. Sometimes I just had enough energy to do that 30 minutes, but I try to do something a little bit each day so that I progress. So some days I may be progressing a little bit faster than others, but progress nonetheless. And yeah, the most exciting changes have actually come within the last 3 to 4 months. And so I'm doing these lives, my stamina is being built up, so I'm noticing even more and more progressive changes. And I still technically have about 15 pounds that I could drop because of my short stature. I'm only 5 feet tall, so I can get as low as about 105, 110. I don't want to get that tiny. I don't think I could physically get that tiny, but I know I can get about 115, 120 and be just grand and dandy. And that would make it 117 pound difference from my beginning of my journey. So all I can say is no matter how long it takes you, don't give up. Don't give up. Don't get frustrated. I created this program solely because I wanted to get fit. I didn't want to get hurt. I didn't have a lot of resources. I only could use what I had. So I figured out a very clever sequence that worked insanely well, and I've been doing it ever since. So when I talk about working out, sometimes if I don't want to, think of sequences, I'll just get on a treadmill and walk the beat for X amount of time. Or I'll get on elliptical and kind of salsa dance my way to the beat. for X amount of time, but it's always to the beat no matter what it is that I'm doing. And that's the key really of getting tension over time to really work for the body. So you put it under a tension and then you hold that tension for a duration of time. Different than isometric static exercises like yoga, where you're just in one place and you're tense, but when you are very top heavy, all of that pressure on your hips, knees, and ankles is not good. At least it wasn't for me. If you can do yoga and you're a fuller figure, beautiful woman, God bless you, because I just couldn't do it. Too much martial arts, the weight, the gravitational force over the years, it was just crushing. So, all right. I want to do one more lower leg lift exercise. And, one more thing about the weight loss. There's consequences to it. Let me show you. So, this is a very common consequence, and that's the skin. So if you look at my before pictures, you'll see that I had a very full belly. My belly probably came out to about here, because I remember being able to do this, and I was like, wow, I feel like a ballerina, only my hands are resting on my abdomen. So my belly came out to about here, and then when I gave birth, I came back to about here, but then it laid down. It didn't go down all the way like here. It laid down, giving me a pendulous abdomen. So this is what's left of that pendulous abdomen, and I could not be more excited, actually, knowing that where I came from and where I'm at right now. Yes, I've been thinking about doing skin removal surgery just because that's an extra 3 or 4 pounds off of my abdomen just in skin alone. So, as much weight off of here and my back and off of my chest as possible, that's the goal. I don't care what the number says that I have to be in order to do that, but I want that weight off my heart and my lungs. So, whew. So yeah, and there's psychological things that you have to deal with, like people treating you differently. That was a big one that was hard for me to wrap my head around. I was like, wow, that sucks. That really sucks. But then I realized when I looked different, I was putting out a different energy. People are responding to that energy differently. It had nothing really to do about my size. It had to do with the vibe I was putting off of how I felt about my size. And that's what people were responding to. Not my weight. These people didn't know that I was 237 pounds. Absolutely not. So it had to come from the energy I was putting off. And so if you are experiencing that, don't let that frustrate you. Don't. Understand that when you change your body, you become a different person. So you have to cross over into that new person, and that can be sometimes very difficult. Right, so this is just as much a mental process as it is a physical. I just took the physical and I simplified it down to its simplest form. You can't get any simpler yet effective than Polykinetics. And like I said, you don't have to do these moves. You can put your own moves to it, your own music. Just stay on the beat. Let's see. Moving on. Does anybody else? One more thing I want to talk about when it comes to body image is that I catch myself when I look in the mirror, saying, "Oh, I'm not doing good enough," and then I literally stop myself immediately. I'm like, "What the fuck, Michelle? Do you not remember being this big as you were when you started?" I kind of like have a pep talk with myself. So understand that also is very, very common. Do not beat yourself up over that, saying, "Oh, well, I'm not doing this fast enough. This isn't enough." Yes, it is. You're working, you're moving, you're doing plenty. You're doing so much more than and many, many other people who unfortunately don't do anything. So a little bit is better than nothing. Just know where you are and know where you want to be, and then find that path in between. Okay, moving on. What do we want to do? Okay, Chris says, no shame in loose skin. I got my share as well, right? It's becoming almost like a small badge of honor in the sense, and it is just part of the process. And I always think, I'm like, I would rather have this skin than the weight of, because I remember how heavy that stomach was. I couldn't believe it. I was like, gosh, this thing is just heavy. And that's why I started wearing compression tanks to keep it above my hips, my pendulous abdomen, so that I could walk. The only problem is that weight coming up fell on my chest and my heart. And I was like, so that's when I sit down. It's very tough to breathe because I couldn't expand. My muscles were extremely weak. So just keep with it, little by little. All right. I want to do leg lifts again. I really like these. They go after the lower core, keeping your back nice and straight. Does cardio, quads, glutes. Oh. I do this when I'm cooking. Like when I'm at the stove.
I look for peace, but see I don't attain. What I need for keeps this silly game we play. Now look at this. Madness, the magnet keeps attracting me. I try to run, but see I'm not that fast. I think I'm first, but surely finish last. Cause day and night, the loneliest loner seems to free his mind at night. He's all alone through the day and night.
So when I bring my leg up, I'm squeezing my butt cheeks, trying to keep my butt cheeks nice and tense.
At night, day and night, the loneliest loner seems to free his mind at night. He's all alone, some things will never change. The lonely loner seems to free his mind at night. At night.
That is the biggest mind freak, is that you wouldn't think, because it starts out so simple, you don't feel it, that you don't expect that feeling to change. And then it starts burning, you're like, oh my gosh, oh, what? Woo!
The lonely stoner, Mr. Solo
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2,
He's on the move,
1,
can't seem
2,
to shake
1,
the
2,
shade.
2. Woo!
Within his dreams, he sees the life he made.
The height of your knee is your choice.
A silent sleeper.
This is where I am for my abilities. You may be right here. Cool. You may be up here. Cool. Pick your pain. Stay on beat.
Day and night, the lonely stoner seems to free his mind at night. He's all alone through the day and night. The lonely loner seems to free his mind at night.
Wow. It's a unique burn.
Day and night,
Very unique burn.
the lonely stoner seems to free his mind at night.
Okay.
He's all alone, some things will never change.
Ooh, love, how I missed you. I missed you too, darling. Thank you so much for joining in.
At night.
Woo! Again, every day I'm going to fight to be here, 8 a.m. Central. Yes. I'm excited I finally broke my 140 plateau. But now getting there is one thing, staying there is another, right? We'll go more into maintenance later.
At night. At night.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. The more my muscles fatigue, the harder it is to stay on that damn beat. And again, if I have to, I lower my knees, lower the intensity. Same speed, tempo.
At night.
Nice deep breaths. Woo!
At night. At night. At night. At night.
Normally I'd be doing more stretching, but the competition I'm in is a body composition test, not a flexibility contest.
At night.
The stretching is really good though when doing leg lifts or anything that consists of big body movements.
At night.
So, whew. Interesting. An interesting mix of stuff on there. So that's actually what I'm going to do. My favorite one is the sumo squat stretch. This is my favorite. It is, I call it the lazy person stretch because all you have to do is sit, push on your knees, and just sit down very gently. And then you twist slightly just to get some stretch in the back. Yes, feeling baby pops. Woohoo! I like those. And then my other favorite lazy person stretch, legs are together. And you're just going to sit like you're sticking your butt out for a cute person.
And put your hands on your knees, and your goal is to straighten your legs like so. I'm very tight, I was told. Thanks, Dr. B, for pointing that out to me. He's one of our wonderful trainers over at Fit City, and he's like, wow, you're tight. And I was like, wow, Dr. B, nobody's told me that in 13 years. Thank you. And he's like, oh my God, stop. I'm like, I know what you mean. But he showed me some amazing stretches. So definitely look into adding stretches more and more into your program, into your workout.
Whew. I like to do mine a little bit in the beginning, but more so at the end. Just like icing on the cake. So I grab my wrist and I pull it up and over. Stretch obliques. Gives me some good stretches. Good pops. Then coming back. Ooh! Some big pit stains. Good Lord. That's why I like wearing gray when I work out. It's not an indication of weight lost. It is an indication of work done. So that's what I tell people. And they're like, that's not an indicator of weight loss. No, but it shows that I moved my ass. And funny enough, I didn't barely move at all, which is hilarious. But feel free. Sometimes I've drenched the top of my shirt all the way down to here. I did it at Planet Fitness one time. I made like a big old huge sweat stain circle after a core workout. Those are just fun. That just shows me where I'm hitting, and again, did some work, got some movement. So if you guys have any comments, questions, concerns, let me know. Tag me in some videos, in the comments, anywhere. Send me an email. Jump on my website, polykfit.com, and let me know what you think. If you're just watching this and you think this is the silliest, dumbest thing you've ever seen in your life, tell me. If you think this is the greatest thing since a Thigh Master and Betty White, great, let me know. Because that's what tells me what is working and what isn't. So, ooh. Oh my gosh, like I'm all sweaty. I'm like, it's starting to come through the shirts now. You are so very welcome. Thank you guys for joining in. Like I said, time and time again, I'll say it every single one. You guys are the ones that keep me coming up on live. I can't stand being on camera. It makes me horribly anxious. Performing on camera, even worse. And without a big fancy studio and all the fancy lighting and video effects that these other wonderful YouTubers are using, I just, don't, just straight to the point kind of girl. So thank you, because your encouragement is definitely keeping me going. It's putting fuel on my fire for sure. All right, we are looking at 9 a.m. I'm going to jump off now. I'm going to get washed up. I'm going to go head into the gym where I'll be doing more awesome work. And you guys keep at it. Again, if you have any question, comments, concerns, let me know. Trinity says, had you stop halfway through on legs and switch to arms? Do I ever talk diet? Okay, so first of all, let's go to the switching. So, right, that's one of the beauties of it, hence the name Polykinetics, many movements. You can go from one body area, like, oh my God, my legs are on fire. I don't want to stop my cardio, but I'm going to switch up to my arms. You can. Just stay on beat. If you want to go from legs, put your legs down and do this, like I was doing earlier in this workout, absolutely you can. And then when your legs, you're like, okay, yeah, they don't really burn anymore, bring them right back in. You don't miss a beat. There's no frustration. There's no complication. No. We are streamlining this process and removing all redundancy. When it comes to diet, yes, so I can speak about what works for me. I cannot make diet recommendations. I'm not a registered dietitian or a doctor of any sort. So if you do want very specialized, very specific, customized plans, those are the people you seek out. And you let them know, this is what I want, this is what I have, blah, blah, blah. And they'll come together with you. For me personally, it's the same formula depending on, so whatever foods fit into this formula is okay for me to go at. And then I keep my portion size very much conscious. So, and that's high protein, high fiber, low sugar, low carb. Luckily, this country is catching on with the zero sugar fad, and a lot of things are coming out to be no sugar, but they still got that sweetness to them. So psychologically, it's still registering. And then instead of like a regular brownie, I'll do like a fiber one. So I'll make alternatives like that. But birthdays, I eat the cake. I'm being very strict about my diet right now, only because I'm in a competition for the next several weeks. And diet is a big part of our overall fitness. But other than that, no, I'd be having little bits here and there. But again, very, very conscientious. I'm conscious of everything that my body does, and I'm conscious of everything I put into it. Funny enough, I did notice that if I do have like a burger and fries and I do a workout, that workout quality is really bad. It is the weirdest thing versus if I had eaten a salad there are two different qualities of workout. So I did notice that with my own body. I don't know if other people would notice that as well, but it's one thing I did notice. It was harder to keep my cardio up, keep my stamina going. I felt heavier, and I didn't last as long, which was kind of weird. But yeah, let me know what kind of things work for you, and we'll always bounce back ideas, right? So, love, I was in a car accident today. Oh my gosh, very limited. One leg isn't great. How or what can I do? Oh my gosh, well, thank goodness you're all right. In the most sense that you're still here with us. When it comes to that, if you have one area of your body that's out of commission, you focus on the other two. And what that actually will do is still maintain your cardio and your muscular strength and endurance while this part of your body heals. So movement is good, but again, know your limitations. Check with your doctor to see, okay, that's why I promote several exercises in bed or sitting. Look past in my videos. There's a lot of different examples of me sitting or in bed, and I'm working that upper body either here, or doing curls, or even doing one of these, you know, the bilateral arm raise, shoulder, whatever you want to call it. There's like 50 million names. But whatever I can do without irritating the area that is being worked. The core is the hardest one. So if you have any kind of issues with the core, that's going to be the toughest. And then you really want to consult with your doctor to find an exercise program or a plan that won't irritate, again, your healing. Healing must come first. So once you heal, you're good. But if you're going crazy, start with your upper body. The core at a slow rate, what I think would be okay. But again, if you're unsure, check with your doctor. But yeah, keep them centered for the core or the upper body. Love your videos. I've been doing some of the movements and love them. Oh, I'm so excited. And I get a lot of crap for the movements. Like, I get a lot of people who have been working out and they're like, she barely moves. That's because this is built on physics, not a fad. This is kinetic energy, movement, like so. When you have a movement repetitiously and you add some speed to it, just like warming up your hands, you start building up friction. What we're building up is friction with gravitational force over the duration of time, which makes it like a microwave oven to our bodies. That's why we start to sweat and we start to burn. We're literally burning fat and building muscle darn near at the same time. So it's quite nice. Oh, you're a little excited. So, it is a unique burn. It just kind of, sometimes it'll pop up on you out of nowhere. Other times it's super, super gradual. And I'm like, okay, I'm okay. Oh my gosh. And then it'll taper off. And sometimes it'll go, oh, it's so weird. But see, we have to try this. It doesn't look very awesome, but it feels incredible. Yes, feels incredible. Thank you guys so, so, so much. Whew. I am like winded. Okay, so let me see if there were any ones. Let's see, we did it. Okay, 8 a.m. Central every morning. Yes, so that is the time that just works with my schedule right now over at the gym. And my bosses are like, yeah, cool, great, wonderful, perfect, do your stuff. And then this Saturday, I'll be streaming live from Facebook or my website. We're still working on that. But we're going to give it a test ride because, again, we want to expand those efforts and bring in more streaming. So be very patient with me. We're definitely coming along. There's definitely progress being made behind the scenes. And I'll be talking more about that as it unfolds. So for now, yeah, if you guys have any other questions, comments, concerns, again, tag me in any videos, send me an email. Go to my website, polykfit.com. Let me know what you think and let me know how you feel. All right, you guys, I'm going to take off. You have a wonderful, fabulous day. Love you all. See you tomorrow.